Hi and welcome to my latest build. This one's for the February Facebook group DMC Modelers Challenge, and the challenge is in the Dinky car. This one's a Mk10 Jag, which is in a bit of a ropey condition. It's had felt tip drawn all over it, lots of paint missing and no tyres. Some of these models had an opening bonnet, but this particular one only has the boot. It came with some luggage which is unfortunately missing. So we've stripped it apart and primed, and now I'm laying on a coat of aluminium coarse. The objective being to put a layer of candy on top. So I'm just building it up in nice light coats. You can probably see a bit of a sheen. And now I'm going on with the first coat of candy. Candy's a bit of a difficult paint to apply. You have to build it up in extremely light coats and remember what you've done, because every coat that you put on makes it darker and darker, so it's difficult to get a colour match. So I'm flashing off between coats and applying another one now, and just building it up to the green that I want. I think effectively it would go as dark as I wanted it to, depending on how many coats I put on, but I'll settle for a kind of a mid-green and something that still allows the aluminium to show through. And there we go, all coated up, and you can just see the boot in the corner of the picture there, and that's been lacquered now, and all I need to do is start laying on the detailing. And there's a close-up shot of the roof there. You can get some sort of idea of the sparkle in the aluminium fine. So I'm just going in with the tail lights and indicators there. Time-consuming job. Shake your hands, careful as you can. And there really are tiny little lights on the back of this car. So you can see I've lifted it off the stand now to try and get the indicators in, having decided that the lacquer is sufficiently dry that I'm not going to leave any palm prints on it. The paint I'm using is Nitro Bonfire Orange to do the indicators, and a signal red for the brake lights. There's the amber on the indicators. I think a bonfire orange works quite well. It's bright enough to show up. I've already applied a bit of silver to make the colours pop a little. I think if it had been just on the green paint, it would have been a little flat. I used a chrome paint on the bumpers and on the grille on this particular one. Since it's effectively a custom anyway, I didn't think that it mattered that I kind of went off plan with the usual kind of silvers that we use when doing a restoration. It does say any Dinky car, doesn't say restore it, so I decided I'd play. Getting more tickles with the fine brush, and onto the front indicators. Put too much paint on, so as per usual wipe it off on your finger because, well, why not? This is only the second one of these DMC challenges that I've done. There's another one next month, which is, I believe, a military vehicle, which I shan't be bothering with because I'm not into military vehicles. I don't actually have any, so not much point in buying something in that I don't actually want afterwards. Quite pleased with the way the grills come out on this one, and the chrome paint. Just getting the second indicator in, and I've just left the side lights the chrome colour. I think it works fine enough to represent the white. And I'm just about now to start carving the hand luggage out of some plastic card. Left the ruler in shot just to prove that I do occasionally measure things, although I don't make a habit of it. Unfortunately didn't realise quite how far out of shot my hands were for some of this, but it's not any particular in-depth thing. I'm just gluing the bits together, making them into a stack, and then I'll start shaping them up with the emery boards until I've got something like the shape of the luggage that I'm after. Boatloads of sanding. Got nice smooth tips on my fingers now. If I carried on much longer, my phone wouldn't have recognised my fingerprint, and then I'd have been in some trouble. There we go. Much sanding later. Kind of my interpretation of a traveller's trunk. And it does just fit in the boot quite snugly. The black of it's out, it must be assembly time, and it's a nice simple one. Clipping on the suspension on these. I've put some new tyres on, obviously I had no tyres at all, as you've noticed in the picture. Again, just a simple clicking onto the suspension mounts at the front, nothing too difficult. Some nice shiny new tyres. Drop the glue to hold the roof in. Won't make the mistake of using zip kicker on this one like I did the last one and fogged up all the inside of the glass, having spent ages cleaning it up. Didn't do too much with the seats, just give them a quick coat of a beige just to give it a kind of tan leather look. I must admit the boot lid is a bit of a fiddle. It takes me quite a few stabs at it before I can get it into place, and then I suddenly realise I've got to hold it shut while I'm putting it together. And there we go. Shortly. Oh no, one more drop. So the penny's finally dropped now that it's the interior that holds it in place. Well, my excuse is it's my first Mk10 Jag. I must admit these are one of the roughest castings I've come across in Dinky toys. I spent an absolute age sanding out seams and filling and sanding some more. I certainly think twice before I tackle another one. I was happier with the overall shape in the end, but oh my lord, when I took that paint off, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Dropping the rivets in now on top of a bit of super glue, hold it all together. Zip kicker as usual, because I have no patience with glue. That's gone. Flick it over, give it a roll. Lovely. And here she is in her finished state. Video camera doesn't always do justice to kind of sparkly paints when you do them. I've done occasionally bits of metal flake on Hot Wheels and Matchbox and small cars, and they do look a treat in the sunshine, but the camera doesn't really catch quite how sparkly they really are. So I'm making use of my new mini rotary with underfloor lighting. I'm pleased with that. And there she is, a DMC Facebook group challenge for February. I'm pretty pleased with it. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. I'd be very grateful. The next vehicle that I'm doing is a 1990s petrol station giveaway in the form of this Astra. The video will probably come out next week, and the plan is to turn it into a replica of the Astra that I used to drive back in the day. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Thank you very much. Bye.